Morning everyone, Virgo Triad here. It is May 29th, 2018, and I want to talk to you guys about a disturbing trend that I'm seeing on a particular Facebook page that I was notified of this morning. The Facebook page or the forum that it is listed under is called the Credit Marketplace Federal Reserve Funds Payoff Credit Debit Public Group. Interestingly enough, what this is actually about there's two different scenarios that are happening here. One of the scenarios that is happening here is this group is attempting to try to sell trade lines that belong to other parties that have very good credit and a long credit history to people who have poor credit scores that are looking to be able to boost their credit in order to get a specific type of loan, a car loan, a home loan, a specific credit card, or something of that sort. Now, this is an extremely dangerous scenario, and the reason why is because once you choose to go in this direction, not only does it not pay out the way that it's being described here, but in addition to that, the party that you are soliciting, which in this case would be the credit marketplace individual, will have all of your personal information on you and your accounts, your social security number, and will have access to your credit bureaus, which they make absolutely 100% certain of. They also will have access to your bank account and to your passwords for your bank account and credit card. So I want to make sure that everyone is aware of this, because people who don't think things all the way through, unfortunately, will get caught in this and find themselves with the possibility of identity theft, but even more than that, can put out thousands of dollars on trade lines that they think are going to assist them, when in reality, it's a lot more complicated than that. So we're going to go over this step by step in hopes that I can stop someone from potentially doing damage to themselves in a couple of different ways. Now, the secondary side of this is that this group also deals with card holders. Now, a card holder being someone who has very good credit and holds a credit card that they've had for many years without any dings on their credit whatsoever, that they feel they would like to make money off of in order to allow someone to piggyback off of that credit card and become an authorized user. So we're going to go over what really is the case with these situations, what actually will happen if you chose to do this from either side, and what it is that are the biggest concerns about the creditmarketplace.com website and their disclaimers. Before we actually go over to the website and take a look at it, I would like for you to pay very close attention to the main poster that is on this Facebook page. The name of that party is Kendrick Sims, although I question if that's a real name. You will notice that in most of the posts, you will find that their speech pattern is not one that you would normally see in someone who is from America. I say that because there are things like the S left off of credit cards. So let me kind of read this to you so that you can take a look here and see what I'm talking about. This is just an example of one of the posts. There are many that you will find these errors in. New members, attention please. All credit card will be credited tomorrow morning by 7 a.m. If you have a credit card sent, your credit card user If you have a credit card, send your credit card user ID and password to my inbox. There you go. That's a good example right there of what you're going to find in many of the posts on this Facebook page. Clearly, this party does not have English as their first language. So another red flag for you to pay attention to. Here we are over at the creditmarketplace.com website. Let me make this a little broader for you. There we go. that's better. Okay, so what this is going to do, and I'm going to take this step by step. It may be a little bit lengthy because I want to make sure everyone understands. There are two separate avenues that the people that are running the creditmarketplace.com are trying to get to here. The first one we're going to look at is the person who would be purchasing trade lines in order for them to become authorized users on these people's accounts that have good credit. So you have the opportunity on the website to browse these trade lines. And what you will find here are a number of trade lines that are optional for you to purchase. So here's one for Chase that has a $5,000 credit limit. It is 7 years old. And the price of it is $615. That's real cash, y'all. That's real money that you guys have to spend in order to have be an authorized signer on this Chase card. Now, the interesting part about that is you only get to be an authorized signer for 30 to 90 days. After that, it drops off, it goes away, and you no longer have the opportunity to be an authorized signer. So longevity in this matter, it isn't there. That's one thing you need to look at when you're dealing with your credit bureau, okay? Because when it does drop off, your score is going to drop way down. This is people who are looking to purchase a home or a car would need to do it immediately if this worked at all. And we're going to take a look at why this doesn't work the majority of the time. Second trade line, Discover. It's got a $9,500 credit limit, and it is a credit age of 10 years and 2 months old. The next reporting date is June 5th on it, so if you get in right now, you'll probably have it showing up within 2 weeks on your credit bureau. The price of it, however, is $879. So there's a multitude of these, as you can see, that you can actually choose from. Some are less. Of course, something like Home Depot is going to be a lot less than something like a major credit card or a major loan. So what is the purpose behind doing this? Now, obviously, they're telling you that the purpose behind doing this would be for you if you have, say, a 500 credit score and you want to purchase an automobile or a home, you need a minimum of a 650 credit score to get a decent interest rate. So they are suggesting that if you purchase a few of these trade lines, then you will get a credit score boost within a 30-day period. As a matter of fact, they guarantee that. Now, the truth is that when you do have an authorized signer account show up on your credit report, you will get a credit boost, but not necessarily in the manner you think it will boost your credit. And this is only one of the factors as to why you need to really pay close attention to whether this is something you want to do or not. Okay, so over the years, this is something that has been looked at and gone over many, many times, and a lot of people have actually done this. And years ago, it was done rather successfully. And the reason it was done successfully was because the creditors were not aware of how many people were piggybacking on other reports that they didn't even know the party. So at one point, being an authorized signer meant that your spouse or a mother or somebody was kind of saying, hey, you're trustworthy enough to me that I am going to allow you to become an authorized signer on my credit card. But when these companies started coming out and suggesting that you could take somebody who you do not know and never will know who they are, and you can piggyback on their account in order to boost your credit score and charging thousands of dollars to do that, the creditors started noticing a strange trend, and as a result of that, they requested that the credit bureaus take a look at it. And the credit bureaus, in order to be more fair to the actual creditors and to anyone looking at a credit bureau that belonged to a party, to make sure that it was as real as possible, started implementing algorithms that actually would weed out the authorized signer accounts and notify the creditor that, hey, guess what? All of these accounts are really authorized signer accounts, which means that the party that you're looking at is not really responsible for them. The other party that they're piggybacking off of is responsible for them. As a result, this is what the credit score would be without those accounts on there. So the creditor uses that credit score. In other words, in 9 times out of 10 cases, because this has been done to the max over the last 8 years that I am aware of, you've got a situation that it isn't helping you at all, even though you've spent thousands and thousands of dollars. Okay, one of the things that you will notice in addition is the guarantee. If a trade line fails to post to your account within 30 days, you will be issued a full refund, 100% hassle-free. True, but make sure you read all the disclaimers, okay? Let's actually take a look at the disclaimer. Okay. So, 100% money back guarantee is what is being provided to you, so kinda. Okay. If you purchase a trade line and it does not report for you, we will give you the option of a free trade line of equal or greater value or a full refund. Disclaimer. If you would like this guarantee to be applicable, you must give us the login information to a valid credit reporting service. All right, folks. So, just so that you're aware, you heard me read off of the Facebook page that it was necessary for you to send in your account information along with your banking password. So now they've got your checking account or debit card information along with your password to your bank. Secondarily, now you have a situation where you have to give them a login password to a valid credit reporting service. That means they've got every piece of information that they need for identity theft. And this applies to both sides of the situation. This applies to those of you that would be looking to purchase credit trade lines in order to boost your so-called credit score. Secondarily, it would apply to those, if you look through this website, you will see that are willing to hold the credit cards that have good credit and allow you to piggyback off of their credit cards as an authorized user. Those people, it's really scary for because they've already got AAA credit. And these individuals are taking 70% of what a party will pay for that trade line to be piggybacked on and giving 30% to the person who is the actual credit card holder of the fee that's charged. They get the lesser amount of money and they're required to give away their personal information, account, passwords, so on and so forth, and they are required to allow them to keep check on their credit reports. This is an identity theft disaster waiting to happen. And on both sides of the spectrum, no matter what side you sit on, should you decide to be a party that wants to go ahead and use this service to boost your credit score, you're only going to be able to use it for a total of 90 days as per their regulations on this website. And during that 90 days, chances are very, very good that you are not going to be able to utilize it in the manner you want to, because creditors have become abreast to this situation and the algorithms are going to remove the extra points that are placed on your credit score in order for you to qualify for the loan. A complete waste of money and borderlining on a scam. In addition to that, you could potentially find yourself with identity theft. Now, on the other side of the spectrum, if you are a card holder that thinks that you can use many of your accounts because you've got good credit in order to make some extra money by utilizing this service and allowing other people to piggyback off of your credit, if you do it too much, you'll find that you won't have good credit for very long, because having a bunch of authorized users on your cards will simply alert your credit bureau, and your score will start to decrease because of the risk factor. In addition to that, your credit card providers may actually be notified, and you could look at having some of your accounts closed. Now, this is information that I know for a fact. Okay, this is not stuff that I'm just making up. But this is something that I've actually seen happen many times over again, and it's been something that has been tried to be shut down because the whole purpose of running a credit report is actually to see how you've handled money in the past. You are much better off clearing up your credit through the removal dispute process, or by covering up your negatives with positives, than to do something like this. Number one, it looks to be dishonest, and number two, it simply doesn't work with the algorithms that are put in place now. However, regardless, it is not considered quote unquote illegal as of yet. But identity theft is illegal. And why you would provide someone with everything from your social to your account passwords, your bank account information, all of your credit bureaus, and your credit card information in order for them to take literally everything you own, including your name, is beyond me. So this is basically a public service announcement. I would look out about this particular Facebook page. I would make sure that you warn as many people as you can find about this. And I am going to take you over now to an article that tells you about the algorithms. I'm not going to read this entire article to you, but I am going to link it in the description of this video. It's important that you actually take a look at this article. It describes to you exactly what piggybacking is and how an authorized user can use someone else's account in order to temporarily boost their credit score. You will see your credit score boost, that is true. However, if you pay close attention, you will notice a couple of things. That it is, number one, legal still, but it is questionable, and believe me, a lender is not going to like it when they find out this is what you've done. Number two, there are many, many privacy and security issues involved, especially since you've got a third party involved with regards to this group. And also that piggybacking schemes no longer are effective. And the reason they're not effective is because of the algorithms that I was just talking to you about. There's a much better approach. They go into that information. And should some of you want some information with regards to that, you're welcome to email me, virgotriad@protonmail.com. However, I would caution anyone looking at piggybacking as an answer, and I would caution anyone looking at allowing someone to piggyback. It is a scary scenario, especially when you have a third-party broker, as this person seems to be, and this party, as I've stated, doesn't look like they're even an American citizen. So, regardless of where you are, please be vigilant when you are dealing with your personal information. This is part of the reason why we have such a bad identity theft scenario. Okay, you guys, I hope this helped and was informative information. If you have questions, you can place them in the comments, or you can email me, virgotriad@protonmail.com. Everybody have a great day. Bye-bye.